Stupid ass thing. Alright, and welcome to Underground Horror Radio here on YouTube. So we're back. I know it's been a little bit holidays. I don't think I even did anything for Halloween, if I remember correctly, for this. I've been slacking. I had to reorganize my room, my office. I got more room. I have more shelves. I got a shelf up there now to put more of my figures on. I've been working a whole lot. Usually October through December is insane in retail, as you know. So, yeah. And we got sick. It took about 1.5 years. It finally got us. And so we're better now. We're all clear, but I was sick for like a week. Probably a little bit left in the voice, but, it happens. So, anyway, I have not opened a figure. And you got to realize something. Me getting these figures, I don't just go home and open them. I usually wait to do it on here. I'm like a sadist. And some people are like, well, good, I don't open them. You're doing better than me. There's some I haven't opened and I might never open. I'm starting to get to that point now, I think. I'm also changed the scale of figures I'm buying. Not buying as much just like, oh, look at 7-inch Marvel Legend, or actually it's a 6-inch. 7-inch McFarlane, or, here's some random NECA. I'm not doing that anymore. I've actually gone to 1/6 scale, some Sideshow Hot Toys. I got a couple. I got like 1 or 2 of those. At least 1/6. I got a couple of 1/6 scale figures, but I got a couple of the horror ones. So I'm kind of like, I'm being a little more selective, but I still have so much stuff to open. It's insane. I literally could open a toy a day for probably a year. I think a year. I think I can do 365. I have more than that, I think. That's what I mean. Like, I lost track. I got kind of carried away. And I've been doing this really, having stuff since 2017 when I got back from England, I think. Yeah, at the apartment I had the bookshelf that's over there. So anyway, it's been kind of nuts. Haven't podcasted, I haven't done shit. And I'm finally like feeling better, not just from getting sick, but emotionally, mentally. Some stuff happened over the summer. I lost Podunk Radio in a sense, so we're not doing that anymore. So now I just kind of took some time. I'm back. So I haven't opened anything in a long time. I'm very, very stoked. So I got this as a present for my wife for Christmas. And actually, I think because a lot of the bigger anniversaries are this year, or last year, for the Universal Monsters. The Universal Monsters license is officially like Universal Monsters. Have been all over the place now. NECA, NCA has NECA. They keep NECA, whatever. They have the license, so they have the Frankenstein's monster, which I think was the last thing I opened, was the black and white one. So they have that license. Haven't seen anything from the creature yet, but they have the Wolfman coming out this year, and they have the Mummy coming out this year so far with the Universal Monsters. But other companies have teamed up and have been putting them out. So we have MEGO, who's been they got a whole line of these. Now this is the big 14-inch. I think he's 14-inch action figure, so bigger than a Hot Toy, or a 1/6 scale. 1/6 scales are 12 inches. Usually, I think. I haven't really opened one, so I don't know, but I've seen 1 or 2. So this is really cool. I have the 7 or 8-inch figure, the smaller one, much like the Hammer Dracula and the Freddy Krueger, the Invisible Man, that kind of thing. So they have a bunch of these. In fact, I got a Bride of Frankenstein recently. But this is like the big one they put out. And I'm like, you know what? It's big. I like it. And I'm trying to get more of these bigger guys, I guess, so it's not just the smaller guys. And usually with horror stuff, I will definitely get it. 9 out of 10. If it's a horror figure, that's probably the one thing I will, A, not sell, unless I have more than one and I don't want it. Or 2, it's like that thing, okay, well, I can't really say no to it. Other stuff like Marvel, I can do that. Star Wars, I can definitely do that with. I I can do that with DC figures, some of them anyway, the McFarlane ones. Unless they're monster based, like Swamp Thing, I do want to get if I can find it. You know, Man Bat, if they do one, I'd get that kind of stuff. But you know, Batgirls and like maybe a Harley either. I'm weird. I like Harley a lot, so I might get a Harley. Anyway, the point is, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's those I can kind of like, no. But if they put out like Dracula figures or they're putting out Jasons, and I just gotta grab them. That's just how I am. I'm a huge horror guy. Not everything. Like, I'm not grabbing Gremlins. I like Gremlins okay. I don't care that much about the figures, but Gremlins are okay. But Freddy's, Jasons, Michael Myers, Leatherfaces, Pinheads, you know, stuff like that, and some Ninja Turtles. But anyway, so I've been focusing on, which is a little bit more money, but scale's much better, and they're bigger, and they're nice, you know. So this is the first one I've had that's 14 inches. And I got a big, not a big one, I got a decent shelf I'm going to put it on top here. So that's the other thing. So realistically, you open these figures up, I don't want them laying around. It's not the same thing as, like, you know, the kids' room where there's toys everywhere. There is, but they're all in boxes. But you know what I mean? Like, loose. I don't want, I paid money for them. I don't want, like, you know, losing shit. So it's like, where am I going to put them? Putting on more shelves, moving stuff around, you know. So it's a whole thing. So, you know, I know first world problems and all that, but I mean, like, it's a hobby. This is what I like to do. So, you know, it's nothing dire. It's not the end of the world or anything, like, life-threatening, but I enjoy it. I didn't count on these little rubber things holding it in. Because usually the packaging for these have been blister packs. So it's been the cardboard background with a, you know, plastic shell over it, sort of. And you kind of just open it, and that's kind of it, unless you're really careful. But this one's actually a nice package, so maybe I'll just go that. Kind of rip them out, because it's just plastic. It's not going to hurt it. There we go. I know. You know what? I'm going to mute the noise. So here's the thing too. I haven't really planned on making a video in this fashion anymore, with the webcam and just sitting here and all that. I got some things to really display it, show you how good it looks up close and that kind of thing. I can't find my video camera, so I kind of have to really look for it. But I haven't really opened anything in a while, and I just wanted to. And this is big enough where you can actually see the detail just fine. So it's got cool plastic hands. They move. It's got good articulation. Let's see, so that's cool. And it's kind of like a, not fur, but cloth. So it's got like a cloth back. So the whole outfit from here on is cloth, which is kind of neat because, again, you have a figure that's made of scales. It's an amphibious type of person, you know, almost like kind of like a fish, you know, kind of. Oh, okay, so that kind of opens up. All right, well, we won't do that. So he's got his fins. I mean, the detail's cool. It almost reminds me of like wearing a skin suit kind of thing. It's like that. So that's kind of neat. They kind of put a skin suit on him. There you go, get rid of some of these little fuzzy things. Let's see, his head moves completely around. That's cool. A little bit up and down. I'll pop that off or nothing. So his elbows, joints all move. Does he stand okay? I know he's kind of big. And if you angle him okay, he'll stand. But then he'll fall. So right off the bat, see, it's cool because they got these really neat ball joints, look. And the way it's kind of set up there. See, it's kind of like on a ball pivot. And a lot of figures are like that now, which is cool. Because you can kind of move their feet more. The problem is if nothing is going to stay too loose in a way that it just doesn't stand up because of the pivoting. So, I mean, I can bend his knee a little bit. He'll stand. Not too worried, because the other ones, they don't stand that well, and there's nothing there's nothing underneath to put them on a stand, which that part kind of sucks. I've always said that though, of any figures like this, I mean, it's flat bottom, so it's not like a boot or anything. But so, and a lot of the expensive figures that are this big or a little bit smaller have come with stands and hooks in the, like hooking in the back, the plastic thing. People who build Gundams know what I'm talking about. So it makes it a little easier. But his pivoting, unless I bend his knee back a little, he doesn't stand well. And that kind of sucks a little bit. If he's completely, is he both feet the same length? That's the other thing. Sometimes I figure out these figures aren't the same length with feet. Like one's slightly shorter, and that fucks up the whole thing. I'm like a Predator like that. He stands up okay. The reason why I'm like saying this is because I got maybe I'll put him over here. I won't put him up there yet. I'll put him over here. I got a spot. Yeah, all right. Well, at least I got a spot for him, which is why I wanted to open him. Anyway, Gillman, he's not that bad. I think he's like around $30 or so, depending on where you get him. I got the smaller version of him as well, which I'm going to open at a later date, but I like him. I think he's really cool. And my wife got him for me, so, you know, obviously I'm going to be like that. But no, it was a nice gift. Oh, okay, so his little shoulder pads kind of come off. Okay, so it's kind of cool. So here's the funny thing, right? The reason why I think it's neat is because in a way I'm like, hey, it's a guy in a costume. Because it was. You know what I mean? A creature of the Black Lagoon. You know, it was really cool. So I kind of am weird like that, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Happy New Year. And I will talk to you guys later. And, you know, have a good one. Enjoy.